6 out of 10. So I finally saw. Sorry, the beginning was me saying sorry I finally saw, but then switching it to 6 out of 10 because I remembered that I hadn't said the rating yet because I say the rating at the beginning of the video, and then it's in the description so you don't have to watch the rest of the video. I should just say that way, like, right at the beginning. I should be like, 6 out of 10. Yeah, you don't have to watch the video. I need to make that more of the habit. But anyways, so yeah, I I think I've seen Ex Machina like once, maybe a second time, or maybe I just like watched one scene while my like parents were watching it. But I saw it in theaters, and you know, at the time, I went in with expectations, and it was not what I expected, and it was a letdown. I still liked it. I just, you know, it wasn't, I didn't love it like everyone else did. I haven't seen it since then. I have a very strong feeling that I would like it a lot more on a second watch. Um, but I just liked it the first time. I mean, even just thinking about it now, it's already gone up into more of a love, but I feel like if I saw it again, I would love it. I mean, especially now that I love the actors in it, because like I don't think I really knew much from anyone there, and I think that was Alicia Vikander's start. Now that I think about it, I think that's how you say it. I don't know, but anyways, so I went into this with really no expectations because I don't really anticipate anything anymore, and it was still not quite what I expected. I mean, in terms of the way the story was told, it was very like no real stakes. It kind of just happened. Um, you know, it was like, you know, something happens and then there's a result of it. Something happens, there's a result of it, and then they get into the shimmer, which you saw in the trailer, and you know, stuff happens. Like they're walking, something happens. They're walking, something happens. It's kind of just like um a journey thing, and like a survival thing, and like trying to get somewhere, like from point A to point B or whatever. Um, I was really shocked though. I mean, it like was pretty well paced, but it just was a lot slower than I would have expected. Like, I mean, I didn't really go in with this expectation, but like I thought maybe it could be like a action horror sci-fi thriller thing with like a lot of action, some scares with the horror, and then it being thrilling, and then mystery, and then like just all this crap. But it's more of an exploration of this really weird thing happening. I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of like not much action and a few scares. A lot of it is really going to depend on if you find it scary or not. Um, like I just mean like when you see it, it's not necessarily scary. It's just if you are easily scared like I am, except I haven't been scared in a horror movie in years. Um, then it'll scare you. But if you're not easily scared like I am, then you might just think even cool but weird and just be like that was weird, or just not anything at all. But for me, I'm easily scared, especially with like creepy things that aren't really trying to scare you and are just being there. That's part of the reason why I think the original It is better than the new It. Um, I just really like when it's like not really trying to scare you. It's like I'm scary and it's just presenting itself to you. And if you find it scary, great. If you don't, great. It's not trying to do anything. That's my favorite. So it's not really scary, but it's got that. So it really wasn't anything that I think anyone would have expected, and I'm surprised that it's not. I mean, I haven't heard that many bad things about it. Most of what everyone says is that it's a good movie, except that the ending is so-so. For me, the ending, most of it was pretty good. I really liked how kind of weird it got. I haven't seen endings like that in years, and that was really appealing to me, seeing something like that again. And actually, like, I mean, there hasn't really been an attempt at it that sucked. It just hasn't been popular. and it's not going to become popular because this barely made any money, and this wouldn't even start a trend because this would just be a standalone thing. Um, but that was all great. But then I will admit that I see why it's been a little bit divisive at like the very last like scene, specifically the last like few seconds. Um, I get why that's divisive. For me, I usually am not really confused with endings. Like, oh, here's a big one: Inception. I honestly don't even remember what I thought, but when I saw it, I knew what I thought, and I said, "Why are people questioning this?" So I just usually things make sense to me. The only way that they wouldn't is if someone explained it wrong, and I don't mean explained it wrong like I know what it is and they don't. I mean explained it wrong as in like something I don't know, but so for me, I feel like I get the ending and it doesn't bug me. If the movie had been really great, it would have bugged me, but it was just good, and so it just kind of things happened, things happened, something happened, and then the movie ended. Um, so for me, it's kind of just I don't know. It's kind of interesting, like the first time. I don't know that I want to see it again necessarily, but then I also feel like it probably would not be that much better or worse on a rewatch. Um, but yeah, so I mean, obviously Natalie Portman is great. I mean, she's just one of the greatest actresses of all time. I actually hadn't seen Black Swan until like a couple days ago. I don't know. It was right before I saw Red Sparrow, and then I actually had to leave to see Red Sparrow during it, and then finished it after Red Sparrow. That movie's a little weird too. Not honestly, that's probably a little weirder than that. I don't know. Only because like you aren't expecting some of the stuff that happens in that. But anyways, obviously she gives a great performance. And then what's her face from Thor is fine. Gina Rodriguez is fine. Jennifer Jason Leigh is fine, and the fifth girl that I don't really know is fine. But they're all kind of just there to build up Natalie Portman, and she would already have been the best performance probably, but with them not being as good, it's building her up more, so I see why they're there. And the direction is fine, it's pretty good. The writing is fine, it's pretty good. The cinematography, most of the time, is just fine. There's a couple times that it's really stand out, but what really stands out are the visuals. And I'm glad that it's not just a little bit, like here and there. No, the entire Shimmer looks great. There's a lot of stuff that happens in it that looks great. There's something at the end that honestly solidified and set in stone. That's what I was going to say instead of solidified. My thoughts on this, hoping that this doesn't get forgotten by the Oscars, because that thing alone was just like nothing I'd ever seen before. And then it started a whole several minutes of just absolutely being absorbed in the weirdness. And that's kind of the part that I'm talking about that I haven't seen in years. Like the last time I remember seeing it was maybe 2002. So that's wow, that's 16 years. Um So it's been a while since I've seen one of those. Maybe it was 2003, but yeah. So everything is just fine. It's not bad or good. I'm kind of in the middle, except more on the positive side because of the visuals, which that's really what stood out. The visuals, Natalie Portman, and that's about it. I think it's worth like a one-time watch, maybe. Like if you're at all interested. I don't think it's going to be anyone's favorite, but I don't think it's going to be anyone's least favorite unless the ending pisses them off. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Press that like button if you like the video. Press that subscribe button if you like me. Comment below. Have you seen this? If you have, what you think about it? Which one do you like more, this or Ex Machina? I think I'd have to say Ex Machina, even though I haven't seen it in years, just solely for the fact that I think it's going to be more rewatchable. But yeah, I said 6 out of 10 at the beginning, right? 6 out of 10. Okay, so once again, thanks for watching. I'm pretty sure that's all the ones that I needed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.